This year, Yoga Day goes indoors. The theme of the year is Yoga at home and Yoga with family. कोरोना के बावजूद इस बार की योग दिवस की थीम योगा फॉर वेलनेस ने करोड़ों लोगों में योग के प्रति उत्साह को और भी बढ़ाया है।
It's the 11th International Yoga Day that's been led by Prime Minister Modi in Visakhapatnam. We just heard Prime Minister Modi say how yoga has united the world, how it can turn me into we, how it can really help enhance our mind, body, and of course this really comes, yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yog, which basically means union. And it's a union of mind as well as body. We have Naina with us. Naina is a yoga instructor. Thank you so much for joining us here. Take us through how important it is in order to, make sure, as far as our mental well-being is concerned, our mental health issues are getting very common today. What can we do to ensure that we can keep our mental health in check?
All right, I think that's a very, very relevant question in today's day and age. And yoga, I feel, is a very simple, accessible and very real tool that you can start doing on a very behavioral level, physical level, and it allows you to go into the deeper realms of the lifestyle that is yoga. So we start with yoga asana practice. Then we move to subtler realms of yoga like breath work, like meditation, and it allows you to get in a lot of synchronization, mind-body synchronization. Now, why I say that it is important for mental well-being is because when we are trying to align ourselves, when we bring ourselves into the present moment, that okay, my body is feeling safe right now, I am okay. I take a deep breath in and I tell myself that I'm safe right now. That very directly impacts my nervous system.
Naina, just hold that thought. We will, in fact, have Naina back with us. For now, let's just go across to Uma Sudhir, who's joining us from Visakhapatnam. Uma, celebration started yesterday. You're talking about records that have been broken in terms of, tribal students there, 25,000 tribal students in Visakhapatnam getting together to do the longest Surya Namaskar of 108 minutes. Prime Minister Modi there are talking about how Prime Minister has given a solution to the problem, particularly in these very tense, it's a pause button as far as yoga is concerned. That is what Prime Minister Modi said in his speech. Uma.
So a very powerful message that Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave from Visakhapatnam, RK beach itself. He spoke about making that journey from me to we, and he spoke about how yoga is that very holistic, wellness kind of a pathway that everyone must adapt in their life. And he spoke about the connections between personal health and then connecting with the environment around you, spoke about sustainability, and he also spoke about how International Yoga Day can become the beginning step for global peace as well. And I have with me a few yoga enthusiasts. Jyotiji, Prime Minister there, Radhaji, you spoke about, the Prime Minister spoke about making that connection between the self and the environment around you, and how yoga is so important for everyone to adapt.
Actually, yoga is very important for health, but youth, we should not practice yoga as a health fitness exercise. It is just to unite mind, body and soul. That is what then our mental health strengthens. Now lots of people are under depression and all. For the health ailments, it's very good.
You're someone who actually has been a professor of environmental sciences, and the Prime Minister very interestingly made that connection between individual wellness and health being, and saying that it's connected to the crop, the earth, the water, the elements of the environment.
Yes, ma'am. It is so important to mingle up with these Panchabhutalu. Okay, so it is all related with the body also. So it is very important to do practice every day in their life. So it will improve your strength of your mind, and you can manage stress, and you can be healthy for ever. And only don't take any medicines or something which is very cost in nowadays, and it is causing a lot of diseases. So to avoid all those circumstances, we can practice yoga in regular basis, so that we can have a healthy lifestyle, and we can have peaceful life.
In fact, the Prime Minister, the anchor here spoke about how Chandrababu Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have been practitioners of yoga, and you always have never heard about them falling, ill at any point in time. As a student who practices yoga, how does it help you? People talk about stress control. People talk about multiple things that you need to balance in life, and yoga being that pathway.
Yes, being a student is not just studying and all, it is also about managing many stuff, which is our daily life, our health and our studies. So it's not so easy, and it's not so peaceful. It causes a lot of stress mentally and physically. So yeah, doing yoga from the start helps us maintain everything. It gets balanced, and yeah, we can be peaceful, and there are no side effects. So yeah, we can be so peaceful, and we would not have to be very
so the minister here, Nara Lokesh, also says that now it's going to become part of curriculum, and he also spoke about having a deemed university dedicated to yoga. That, of course, must be something that's very welcome.
Yes, I certainly agree that the Minister Nara Lokesh, it is supposed to be in every educational institution. It's not only for physical fitness, every student needs it. It is not certainly explainable, but it is certainly needed.
Yes, certainly needed is what we say. Just before we wrap up, just showing you actually that memorial, Victory at Sea, it says 1971, and that is a memorial for the accomplishments of the Indian Navy. And the Prime Minister also spoke about how the ships that we can see behind us, even on those ships, the Indian Navy personnel had performed yoga today on the occasion of the 11th International Yoga Day, and saying that this can become a beginning for the world to look at this as a holistic kind of an experience, a pathway to adapt for global peace. Back to you.
Right. Uma, the state of Andhra Pradesh is taking yoga very, very seriously, and they're planning to make it compulsory as far as schools are concerned. They're going to be teaching yoga in schools, class 9 onwards, and there's going to be a dedicated university to yoga that they're planning to open in the state of Andhra Pradesh. We also, let's just go across to Dr. Pratap, who is joining us. He is an Ayurvedic yoga instructor. Ayurved Acharya joining us. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking with us this morning. Your pearls of wisdom would be much appreciated at this point in time. All of us are becoming more and more aware of, how, mental health, physical health is very, very crucial, very, very important. Take us through the importance of sleep and food, but more importantly, what is it that we can do when it comes to our breath work?
So, thank you very much. First of all, I wish all the viewers a very happy International Yoga Day. And as we have been hearing from our Honorable Prime Minister, that yoga actually is not only a personal thing which we should practice in our daily life, it's a social, global, I would say it's a revolution that is needed today, especially in the environment when the world is passing through all this chaotic, situation. But as you mentioned, yoga is not only just physical, some stretching, but yoga is a complete way of life, I would say, and it helps us to balance at physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual level. Today, whether you work in a corporate or you are, doing any business, stress has become a very big thing. And the simple way to actually get rid of stress and have a good night's sleep is if you can slow down your breathing. Our breathing is very closely connected with our mental state. the slower we breathe, the peaceful the mind becomes. You can just within 2-3 minutes, you can actually fall asleep if you lie down in a savasana position and take a deep breath and just focus your mind on the breath. If people are suffering from sleep problems, another very simple technique is to massage your feet with sesame oil or even ghee before you go to bed. And as you mentioned about food, yes, definitely today one of the biggest problem that we are facing is improper diet. People are eating a lot of junk food. People are eating things which are processed, containing preservatives, which is causing so many problems. Especially Prime Minister also mentioned about obesity, diabetes, lifestyle disorders. This has become a big thing in India. So I think we should, and I personally believe that this all is connected with our mental disturbance. When our mind is agitated or when mind is in anxiety, that is when we are trying to eat something to just suppress that emotional feeling or that mental feeling. So if
Right.
we can again
Emotional
practice,
eating is, of course, something that we all need to avoid. Thank you so much
yes.
for, highlighting for us what is it that we should be doing and what is it that we shouldn't be doing. We also have Vanita, yoga teacher, with us. Vanita, this is a question I asked Saurabh earlier as well in regard to, for people who want to lose weight, because yoga does make you lose inches, but which is a quick fix when it comes to, particularly if one wants to really lose some amount of weight here?
People fall into fat diets, and that doesn't work. If you're gonna lose weight in that way, it will fire back. You'll weight gain much faster afterwards. So it's very important for you to be mindful towards your body. Whatever you are doing, be very kind. It's not like you have gained weight over in just 1 month or 2 months. You have been doing so much wrong to your body from
Right,
very
Vanita, if you
past
could just show us still, something that we do know in yoga that you can incorporate amongst other asanas, perhaps to lose some weight.
Yeah, I can demonstrate some of the asanas that can help, but obviously first you need to really warm up your body.
Right.
You can start with Surya Namaskar and then you can move towards these asanas.
Right.
Let's come on our feet. Opening your legs 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Take the length of your mat and open the legs 3 to 3.5 feet apart. Then turning your right foot to the right and left foot a little in, a 15-degree in. Keep the core engaged. Inhale, raising the hands to the shoulder level and bending your front knee, keeping the front ankle and the knee in one line. Fix your gaze on the fingertips and just breathe. Focus on your breaths here. Hold for 3 to 5 breaths here and then come up. Relax your hands. Now turning to the other side, turning your right foot in, pointing your left toe out. Keep the core engaged again. Now raising the hands to the shoulder level and bending your left knee. Keep the knee and the ankle in one line. Fix your gaze onto your fingertips. Keep a gentle smile on the face. Inhale, lift up and relax your body. Then you can stay in the same position, doing the same leg position, going right foot pointing out, left foot coming in a little, hands to the shoulder level. Slide your upper body to the right and then go down in Trikonasana, moving your gaze up to the fingertips. Staying here for 3 to 5 breaths. And then inhale, come up, relax your hands. Now turning the right foot in, doing the same thing on the other side. Pointing your left toe out, hands to the shoulder level, sliding the body to the left and then go down, Trikonasana, moving the gaze up to your right fingertips. Inhale, come up and relax. Heel to your legs, bring the legs in. The most most of the time we are sitting on the chair and working in the office, and our hips are very stiff. So it's very important for us to sit in this position, that is Malasana, or your okay, I forgot the name. Sorry. Inhale, raising both of your arms up, join your palms. Then exhale, going down, locking your elbows into your knees and sitting in your Malasana. It also gives a good relief to your lower back. Your hip muscles are stretching out in here. Staying for a few breaths and inhale, come up. These are the few asanas you can add every day in your life. After Surya Namaskar.
Right.
Yeah.
Vanita, just hold on to that thought. We also have Acharya Pratishta joining us, a yoga and spiritual guru. Thank you so much for speaking with us, especially on Yoga Day, a day that's being celebrated world over in order to mark the gift that India has given to the world. Take us through, according to you, what is it that one really needs to do in order to maintain one's equilibrium, one's peace of mind at all times?
Yes, I strongly feel that balance is what is necessary in life, right? And when we look at the word yoga, it simply means total. It simply means to unite. Once I was asked a question that why United Nations declared International Day of Yoga, I said to give true meaning to its name, which means to unite. So today, when individuals are scattered, when worlds are scattered, when nations are scattered, we need a science to synthesize. And at the level of individual health and well-being, very important thing that one can do within the yoga limits is breath awareness. So we all breathe, right? We all breathe. 24 hours we breathe, but rarely we remember that we are breathing. So always begin your day with breath awareness. And that's a wonderful way, even at your office, when you are under stress, at your workplace, at any part of the world, whether you're traveling, take a pause, take deep breath, observe your breath, and be grateful for your breath. That's the best thing to keep your mental peace, to keep that balance that you need in life. And other than that, we can practice so many other yoga asanas, but breath awareness is one of the easiest ways to keep your mental peace and balance of your life.
Could show us one or two techniques, please.
Yeah, I'll just share 2 minute of meditation, because as I always say that generally people say that yoga makes you flexible, but I say yoga itself has become flexible with time. So this is not that era when we need though it's very important that we should take out specific time for yoga practice, but even while working at your office, while traveling, you can practice this 2 minute of gratitude meditation. Maybe you can practice it with me. Just sit quietly. Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, take a deep breath. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale, exhale. Now bring a beautiful smile on your face. Focus on my voice. I'm so grateful to Divine for blessing my life with breath. So many people left their breath this morning. I'm so grateful to have this heartbeat. I'm so grateful to have this wonderful human body. I'm so grateful to have this life. So many people left this breath, left this life this morning. I bow in gratitude, and I promise myself that I'm going to keep my body healthy. I'm going to keep my mind healthy. I'm going to stay healthy with the regular practice of yoga. And then gently open your eyes, and then you can start with your other activities. This is just a 2 minute of gratitude meditation of Bharat Yoga, which diverts your attention from complaining mode to gratitude mode. And we always focus more on the body, but Maharshi Patanjali in the Prarambhik, the basic sutra, he says that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The basic thing is we need to master our mind, and then only we can master our body. So wellness at the level of body, mind, and soul are interrelated, and we have to work on these 3 aspects all together. And yoga is a science that actually works not only at the level of body, not only at the level of mind, but a science that touches all the levels of human life, whether we talk about physical level, mental level, social level, emotional level, intellectual level, financial level, and even spiritual level. So I would say yogi bane, upyogi bane, sahyogi bane, nirogi bane.
Absolutely. And like Prime Minister Modi said, this is a journey from going from me to we. Let's listen in to Prime Minister Modi.
योग का सीधा साधा अर्थ होता है जुड़ना, और ये देखना सुखद है कि कैसे योग ने पूरे विश्व को जोड़ा है। मैं बीते एक दशक में योग की यात्रा को जब देखता हूं तो बहुत कुछ याद आता है। वो दिन जब संयुक्त राष्ट्र में भारत ने प्रस्ताव रखा कि 21 जून को अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस के रूप में मान्यता मिले, और तब कम से कम समय में दुनिया के 175 देश हमारे इस प्रस्ताव के साथ खड़े हुए। आज की दुनिया में ऐसी एकजुटता, ऐसा समर्थन सामान्य घटना नहीं है। योग is for everyone, beyond boundaries, beyond backgrounds, beyond age or ability. Yoga awakens us to this interconnectedness. Yoga leads us on a journey towards oneness with the world. It teaches us that we are not isolated individuals, but part of nature.
पूरी दुनिया ने देखा कि जिस तरह से हमारी फोर्सेज ने सूझबूझ दिखाते हुए सिर्फ उन्हीं ठिकानों को तबाह किया जो आतंकवादी गतिविधियों के गढ़ थे, उनके किले थे। यदि हम चाहते तो आतंकवादियों के साथ साथ और भी चीजों का अस्तित्व मिटा सकते थे, लेकिन हमने वह नहीं किया। हमने धैर्य दिखाया। यह धैर्य और संतुलन हमारे योग की विरासत का ही परिचय है। योग ही हमें वह आंतरिक शक्ति प्रदान करता है जिससे हम विपरीत परिस्थितियों में भी संयम नहीं खोते।
Yoga being celebrated by Prime Minister Modi as well as the Defence Minister. Well, the Home Minister is in Ahmedabad. We also have Yog Rishi with us, continuing to share with us his pearls of wisdom. When we talk about Prime Minister Modi, they're saying that inner peace is something that he wants it to become the norm. That is what he's urging people to do, and for that he's asking people to adopt this kind of lifestyle which incorporates yoga on a daily basis. He says it's united the world. Well, if you could tell us about, are we seeing, as far as this day is concerned, while this is marking the international celebration of yoga, but has it really acknowledged the fact as to where yoga originated from?
So this is a very beautiful things is happening in last 10-11 years. Today is the 11th celebration of yoga. Now yoga is start to recognize all over the world, and is in this time is happening all 170 countries and more. So that is just so empowering to us. And because this is yoga is came from the Indian system, it came from this is our roots. So we have to be proud on it. One thing. So I always tell is well-being is your birthright and you are responsible for it. So that's what yoga does. Yoga bring back to you to realize who you are, for what you are came here, what you can contribute in this world best. So when you are simply meditate, when you are calm and grounding, you are yourself. When you are yourself, you can do the best thing in this world. So yoga brings so much harmony in you.
Right, and in order to ensure that, particularly, we were speaking about sleep earlier, if there is any sort of asana, and also, on the other side, when we talk about yoga, we think of asanas. How important is it to incorporate breath work and to ensure, and the focus that should be on your breath? Do we tend to ignore or perhaps neglect that?
So, as you mentioned about the sleeping, sleeping is one of the big problem in the world. Most of people are suffering from one way or other way. So when we're talking about the sleeping, so that means I am stressed. Stress is coming from my personal life, or stress is coming from the social media, stress coming from the work. Other stress, the sleeping is getting disturbed with the lights. We're using so much screen time, so much screen time and that. But there is a few things you can do to make your sleep better. One thing is just you lay down and unplug yourself from the outer world and have a few deeper breathing into your belly, exhale longer, inhale longer. That's really help. Second one, you do the few times Brahmari. Simple things I'm keep mentioning. Inhale, exhale. That's really soothing your neurological system and releasing melatonin in your brain. And next thing, you can just feel like you're doing the yoga nidra. Relax your legs, relax your hands, relax your face, relax your spine. So just to prepare yourself. And important things, keep your phone away from you and turn off it. So you open your phone in the next morning, not just keep checking the message and things. So that all of that really can help your sleeping in the morning time.
Absolutely. Yoga Rishi, how important me time is, and the focus should really be on me time, and you need to keep that phone away, like Yoga Rishi just mentioned. A very important point that he's raised there. We will get you more with him and our yoga teachers, the experts who are here with us. For now, we're slipping into a very short break. Welcome back. It's the 11th International Yoga Day, and we are here at NDTV celebrating it with experts, teaching us how we can handle stress on a daily basis, how we need to sleep on time, how, incorporating the breath work, which is basically important. And we have Yoga Rishi with us. Yoga Rishi, you were talking about, the emphasis on breath work and not just asanas. And that is something that, when I'm doing yoga, I tend to forget that I need to focus on my breath as well.
Yes. So, because yoga is not just exercise things. Yoga make a difference between yoga and exercise is your breath work is the...
If, please show us how.
Okay. So let's say I am doing yoga poses simply for... so it's not just from folding forward, it have to go with the breath. You inhale, raise arms up, lift, slightly back bend. Exhaling, you are folding forward. To coming back, inhale, raise arms up, lifting up, back bend. Exhaling, arms down. Now let's open your feet slightly. Inhale, open arms till your shoulders.
Yoga Rishi, something for, a lower back issue, for people who have back issues.
Okay, so we have to do on the ground those poses.
All right.
So let's, I will finish the breath work and then I will say. Then you inhale up, exhaling, you twisting right side. Inhale, come into center. Exhale, twisting left side. Inhale, come into center. Then exhaling, arms down. So every movement you do in yoga practice, it have to be sync with your breath. It's not exercise. That's why we keep saying yoga is not exercise. Your breath have to be get sync into it. And there is another part is called pranayama. So then you have to sit down and you do the proper pranayama breathing techniques. We can work on the back.
Right, let's see some back exercises in the meantime.
Wonderful. So most of time back problem comes when the hip joints are tight. So for that one is simple pose, is called Parvati Asana. You make the feet together to releasing tension from the hip joints. You inhale, lift your crown. Then exhaling, less folding forward, just coming forward. Maybe halfway, maybe elbows, maybe all the way. And just you are breathing into the hip joints. As you exhale, make exhale a little bit longer. Soften hip joints. Happier inhale into the hip joints. Exhaling. One more time, happy big inhale in the hip joints. Exhaling. Now as you inhale with helping hand, slowly come up. So that is really simple yoga pose everybody can do to release the tension from the hip joints, and that is really help the back. Next one is the strengthening. So back also need to be have some strengthening. That you can do the simple yoga pose is called Salva Asana. So for that one we have to lay down on our belly. Hands beside of the body. Then inhale, you raise right leg up. Then exhale, right feet down. Inhaling, left leg up. Exhale, left feet down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, left leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg down. So that's another simple one. Is so good. It's just strengthening your back muscles. Next one is the Bhujangasana while we are here. For Bhujangasana, have to be careful to doing this. So you keep palms on the ground near your last rib cage and slightly open your legs. Then press your pelvis down. Then inhale, a little bit raise your head, raise your chest. Where you feel that is enough, you're just holding pose and breathe deeper. Now you're lifting your crown up. So you make the space in your spine. Then exhale, you come slowly down, and now you're coming into the child pose. Come into table pose. So you're releasing the tension from the lower back. You come into table to the Vajra Yoga Mudra. You stretch hands forward or palms underneath of your forehead. Thus you inhale, again raise arms up, lift. Exhaling, arms down. Another very simple, beautiful thing is breathing. You can do breath work for your lower back. Just maybe sit down into any easy, comfortable pose. Hands to your knees. We call full yogic breath, or sometime abdominal breath. There is have several names. You exhale. Let's inhale, expand your belly. Inhale, expand your lungs. Now exhaling, all the way exhale until your pelvis. And now let's inhale in your kidney area and back side of your back. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling in your back, all the way down. Happier inhaling in your back.
And while we're inhaling and taking in all, this good air this early morning, let's just listen into what Eknath Shinde had to say. He spoke with my colleague Anuj in Mumbai.
इतने सारे लोग यहाँ पे जुड़े, आपका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था यहाँ पे आने का?
ये सब जगह पर आज का इंटरनेशनल योगा डे मना रहे, और ये एक्सपीरियंस एक दिन का नहीं होना चाहिए, हर दिन का होना चाहिए, ताकि ये आज के ज़माने में बहुत लाइफस्टाइल चेंज हुई है, प्रेशर है, स्ट्रेस है लोगों में, और योगा की वजह से उनका स्वास्थ्य अच्छा होगा और वो तंदुरुस्त हो गए। और इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योगा डे के पीछे हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का उनकी प्रेरणा है, उनके प्रयास से ही संयुक्त राष्ट्र संघ ने इसको इंटरनेशनल योगा डे के रूप में मान्यता दी है, और पूरी दुनिया में आज 21 तारीख को योगा डे मनाते हैं। हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी भी यहाँ विशाखापट्टनम में कई लाखों लोगों के साथ योगा डे मना रहे हैं। वो तो डेली रोज योगा करते हैं और इसलिए देश की सेवा भी एकदम वो टाइट फिट रहते हैं, इसलिए देश को आर्थिक महासत्ता बना रहे हैं और वो फिट है। इसके लिए पाकिस्तान को भी उन्होंने बराबर टाइट कर दिया है और उनको बराबर मुंह तोड़ जवाब दिया।
क्या आप आपके विरोधकों को भी सलाह दोगे योगा करने की?
बिल्कुल, सभी ने योगा करना चाहिए। स्वास्थ्य और उनकी जो ये है वो भी अच्छा रहना चाहिए, दिमाग भी ठीक रहना चाहिए, संतुलन ठीक रहना चाहिए, ताकि हम मिलकर राज्य का विकास करें, देश का विकास करें।
Eknath Shinde there, promoting yoga, and in order to promote one's health, we have, of course, Nena with us. Nena, if I want to lose some weight, I want to lose some inches, what is it that I can do?
I think the first thing is being very consistent with your practice, and we'd get into this plank position from our all fours, and in this we need to make sure that we are contracting our core, abdominal muscles, and we take a deep breath in and exhale, and again we take a deep breath in and exhale. Now we bring our body down slowly in a plank position. We take a deep breath in, inhale, and scoop our chest up into upward facing dog. We stay here for a couple of breaths. And then we twist our toes in and then come into down dog. Exhale. And from here back into plank and going into chaturanga. Exhale, bring your body down slowly. And scoop your chest up again. Upward facing dog. Right, on that note, we will be back with the very latest as far as what is it that you can do in order to enrich your life, in order to get that perfect balance when it comes to body, soul and mind, in order to keep your emotions in check, in order to make sure that you are feeling well mentally as well as physically, along with your emotions being in check as well. We'll get you the latest on the other side. For now, we're slipping into a very short break. Welcome back. One Earth, One Health. That's the theme of the 11th International Yoga Day. Let's get you some of the reactions coming in. Prime Minister Modi, they're leading the way from Visakhapatnam. Let's listen in to what people across the country and across the world are saying about the International Yoga Day.
Joining me right now is Member Parliament Ms. Basuri Swaraj. Ma'am, you were a part of the yoga event today. We saw you performing asanas, we saw you actively taking part and also addressing the audience. How was the entire experience like?
It was a very transformative experience. In fact, मैं तो Ministry of Culture का बहुत धन्यवाद करूँगी, ASI का धन्यवाद करूँगी. आज हम पुराना किला जैसे इतनी आइकॉनिक स्पॉट पर आकर योगा अभ्यास कर रहे हैं. नई दिल्ली संसदीय क्षेत्र के लिए बहुत ही गर्व की मुझे लगता है एक ओकेजन है और यहाँ पर आदरणीय गुरुजी तन्मय गौड़ जी हैं जिन्होंने आज का योगा अभ्यास करवाया. आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ. 2014 से उन्होंने ये जो एक वैश्विक तौर पे पूरे ग्लोबल स्टेज पे एक मुहिम जो छेड़ी थी, इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा का प्रस्ताव उन्होंने यूनाइटेड नेशंस में रखा था. नाउ इट हैज़ बिकम अ ग्लोबल मूवमेंट एंड आई थिंक today in Visakhapatnam, the message that the Honorable Prime Minister gave was of utmost importance, that we need to move from inner peace to outer peace and global peace. And I think that is the need of the hour today. It is the 11th day of International Day of Yoga. The theme today is Yoga for One Earth, for One Health. And I think it could not be more timely. पंचभूतों से बना हुआ ये शरीर है. स्वाभाविक सी बात है कि पुरुष और प्रकृति में संतुलन अनिवार्य भी है और स्वाभाविक भी है.
You are the youngest instructor, yoga instructor. Tell me, how did you start this journey? Where did it start?
So when I was really young, I used to just copy my grandmother and my mother doing yoga, and I believe that I just caught on. I had a very, a mind which was really ready for nurturing, and my mother used it in the right way to, shape me into the man who I am now.
Wow, the man who he is now. But tell me, when you go to train people who are much older than you, what is the kind of reaction that you usually get?
They're usually very surprised. They feel that, maybe I shouldn't have signed up for this class. But by the end of it, I believe that they are very happy with the way that I teach, I hope.
We are very inspired by you, and today we had hundreds of people come here at Marine Drive, and he was our instructor. How was your experience today? Today is International Yoga Day. It's your day.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was thank you, the Yoga Institute, for giving me this opportunity. It was an amazing opportunity. I was demonstrating, I was instructing, and it was very mind-opening.
Absolutely, we are right by the sea, and the sky has opened up. It's a sunny day here in Mumbai, thank God to that, and we had a great time this morning here on Marine Drive celebrating International Yoga Day with hundreds and hundreds of people. I did yoga in my sari today. Did I do well?
You did quite well, yeah.
So yes, I tried doing yoga in my sari today, and I think it was a joyful moment here, and the vibe that you see around is absolute happiness, and that's what International Yoga Day teaches us: environment friendly, and as well as your health and your mind.
11th International Day of Yoga is being celebrated today across the world, and today we are in Ahmedabad, where Home Minister Amit Shah just performed yoga over here, and just few days back the entire city was mourning, but today the entire Ahmedabad united together for the celebration of yoga. We have a few people who have come to perform yoga today on the day of International Yoga. आप लोग क्या मैसेज देना चाहते हैं? एक साथ आप एकत्रित हुए हैं, कुछ दिन पहले तक ये शहर शोक मना रहा था क्योंकि अहमदाबाद में विमान हादसा हुआ, और आज सब लोग पहली दफ़ा उसके बाद एकजुट हुए हैं. क्या मैसेज जाता है योगा दिवस से, और आप लोग क्या संदेश देते हैं?
सर, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मोदी सरकार जो इतना इंटरनेशनल योगा डे इतना अच्छे से सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं, यानी हम सबको जागरूक कर रहे हैं अपने हेल्थ के लिए, खास करके मेदस्विता जो अभी भी उन्होंने वो स्पीच में टॉपिक लिया था, तो वो टॉपिक बहुत अहम है आज के इस टाइम पे. तो हम लोग भी इसी कारण हेल्थ इज़ फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी हमारे लिए है. आज जो टाइम चल रहा है उस हिसाब से हम लोग सोच रहे हैं कि यानी हमारी सोच है कि हेल्थ तो फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी होनी चाहिए, इसलिए हम लोग जुड़े हैं.
आप क्या सोचते हैं, आज एक साथ सब लोग यूनाइट हुए हैं प्लेन क्रैश के बाद, योगा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, व्हाट इज़ द मैसेज दैट
आई थिंक जिस तरीके की लाइफस्टाइल सबकी हो गई है, इट्स वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट कि हम योगा को अपने लाइफस्टाइल में इस तरीके से इंसेंट करें कि लोगों को हेल्दी रहना फ्रॉम द स्टार्ट इट्स वेरी नेसेसरी. और ये जो योगा डे जिस तरीके से ये कार्यक्रम हुआ, ये पूरा प्रोग्राम हुआ है, आई थिंक ये बहुत सारे लोगों को एक अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करता है कि हम सबको इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहिए, चाहे वो यंगस्टर्स हो या किसी भी एज के लोगों को हो. ये अवेयरनेस है कि हेल्थ इज़ द फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी, और डे 1 से हमें इस पे फोकस करना ही चाहिए.
आपको कैसा लगा मैम, सब लोग आज इकट्ठे हुए यहाँ पर?
इसके साथ साथ मेंटल पीस के लिए भी योगा जरूरी है. अभी जो वर्ल्ड में चल रहा है, देश में चल रहा है, अभी जो हादसा हो गया उसके लिए काफ़ी डिस्टर्ब हो गए मेंटली, तो मेंटल पीस के लिए भी अच्छा है और फिजिकल तो है ही.
Well, on International Yoga Day, it's Goa's Chief Minister who's gone on to say that schools need to teach yoga to students for at least 15 minutes. And we have Vinita with us. Vinita, something really quick. You know, if you have less than 15 minutes, what is it in one asana that you think is a must do?
Okay, so we can come into our tabletop position where our hands are just below the shoulders, knees are just below the hips. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to the chest. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, round, chin to the chest. Coming to the tabletop again. Pulling the navel to the spine, tuck your toes, lift the knees off the mat. Core is engaged. And coming into our downward facing dog. It's not important your heels are touching to the mat. If they are up, you can bend your knees a little and just be there and breathe in here. Holding for 3 to 5 breaths here. And then coming onto your knees. Sit back into your child's pose and breathe and relax here. Inhale, coming back up and relax.
Right, absolutely serene and calm, and it really does calm the mind. It helps release suppressed emotions. It also, gives you this sense of not just calm, but it gives you a sense of achievement, and that is exactly what all of us are feeling today. And the achievement that Prime Minister Modi is feeling, because he's the one who's led, Yoga Day. He's the one who proposed this back in 2014, and that is something that we've seen being celebrated across the world. Well, this is not just a day that, marks the celebration of yoga, but also the acknowledgement of its source, and that is India and its original form of yoga. Let's talk about the different forms of yoga that we have at the moment. And for that, we have Naina with us. Naina, what are the kind of yoga forms that we are seeing, from, power yoga to hot yoga? I mean, all kind of yoga, that is out there. Which is the most effective one?
I believe that with the westernization of the concept of yoga, we have diluted the concept, the core that comes from our heritage and from the Indian heritage. And I personally am following Ashtanga Yoga, which talks about 8 limbs of yoga, wherein asana practices just one limb. There are so many other different layers and subtler realms of yoga which involve breath work, which involve pratyahar, that means fasting of the senses. It talks about self-control. It talks about gaining so much more calmness in the mind and moving towards more subtler aspects of yoga that involve dharana, that is meditation.
Absolutely, that is key as well. So there are various aspects, and asana is just one of them. And thank you so much, Naina, Vanita and Yogi Rishi, for joining us this morning and to make this celebration, our little celebration here at NDTV.